What's going on, family? Joe Anderson, True Flavor Productions. Again, I'm glad you're joining me for these Tuesday tutorials. Gonna jump right in it today. Still dealing with the sync licensing, getting your music out to these people to kind of put on their videos, their TV ads, things of that nature. And I'm kind of sticking with TV and radio ads today because that's what I've been kind of playing around with. Little disclaimer, I'm not any kind of expert in all this. This is all stuff that I'm learning, and I'm just trying to make sure that I share it with y'all as I kind of get it. So with the formatting of these songs, the way that they kind of want them to come to them is almost like they're kind of ready to go. What they normally like to see is, or hear, is 15-second, 30-second, and 1-minute long versions of these songs. And after you kind of get them formatted the right way, you can send them to them in a zip file, like a condensed folder that has just the song and 3 different versions of that song. But one of the things that is a little bit of a challenge is kind of getting songs that can fit in 30 seconds, that can fit in 15 seconds, and then also can be extended out to a minute. And I'm finding that there's 2 different ways to do that. First of all, you can actually just create a song at a specific tempo that you know is going to give you 15 seconds, you know it's going to give you 30 seconds, and it's going to go give you a minute. Without getting into all the music theory and the math and all that kind of stuff, your tempo kind of comes a lot into play with that. You know, BPMs or beats per minute, that means, you know, if you get a 60, if you're doing a song at 60 BPMs, getting 60 beats in that minute, that means you're getting, like, you know, 15 measures, which is kind of like an odd number. If you're doing a fast song, of course, that's not going to work at all. I mean, 60 BPMs is for a slow song, but 120 is going to actually give you 30 measures, which is still going to be like a halfway through like one of your 8-bar fills. You know, because I'm not trying to get into too much music theory, but for those of us who kind of understand that, it just means you want to make sure you have a tempo that will fit like 8-bar or 4-bar clips into 15 seconds, into 30 seconds, or into a minute. What I'm finding with these, with a faster song, is that if I stick right around 100 beats per minute, that kind of gets me close, but it's still a little bit off. I'm going to use an example of a cut that I was playing around with. It wasn't really necessary for sync licensing because I'm using Machine. It actually allows me to use scenes to kind of change the patterns up a little bit. So this is the song in 100 beats per minute. Now with that, when I take that over into audio, it doesn't quite fit into 15 seconds. And for the sake of this video, what I ended up doing is I went ahead and already moved these over so you can hear the differences of the tempos. At that tempo, what it does is it kind of gets you at right about like 18 seconds with that particular clip. You can't get it all in there. So you have 2 different options. You can speed it up, and then you can kind of cram it all in 15 seconds. So I did that once. And so you hear when you do it faster, you know, it speeds up the song. You get more content in a lesser amount of time. And so that's 15 seconds. And you get the full, you know, 2 8-bar passes. The thing about it, to me, that's kind of fast. So what I also did is I slowed it down and just did a 4-bar intro and then a slower version of the 8-bar clip. So that gets you right at 15 seconds too. The thing about it, though, is that now that's slow. The problem about doing your songs first and then trying to format them backwards is that you hear them a certain way, and then when you play them back at different tempos, if you're anything like me, it sounds weird. My suggestion and what I've kind of found a little bit is that it's better for me to kind of actually say, you know what, I know that if I record this or record a new song when I'm trying to do something that's fast for a TV or radio ad, it's better for me to keep it right about 100 beats per minute, and that allows me to kind of get about 2 passes of either the intro and a hook and that kind of gives me 15 seconds to work with. And then of course with that, at that point, you can kind of loop it so you can get to 30 seconds, and then also loop it again so you get to a minute. Wanted to keep this short, you know, and try to make sure that it kind of makes a little bit of sense without getting into too much music theory. But next week we're going to revisit this again, but we're going to kind of go into the reason why it's important to make sure that you have it formatted a certain way, because we're going to start to deal with shopping these things to the people that you want them to get it to. So anyway, as always, you can reach me at www.trueflavorproductions.com. You can follow me on Instagram, TrueFlavor1995, and also on Facebook at Charlotte True Flavor. All right, always good seeing you. Hit me up if you have any questions. Appreciate you. Talk to you later.